Okay guys, today we're going to show you, we got a 2016 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited 4-wheel drive Jeep with the V6 in it. Check engine light come on. We've already checked it, but we're going to walk you through today how to check this code again. So if you got an OBD reader, you'll just plug it in. It's underneath your dash right here. Plug it in. Put your key in the ignition, turn the key over, but do not start the vehicle. Turn it to the on position. Okay. So we're going to let our system boot up here. Okay guys, so we've got the key turned to the on position as I mentioned. We're going to go to the read codes and hit enter. Stored codes. Enter. P0128 coolant thermostat. Alright, coolant temperature below thermostat regulating temperature. So we already know, so this code can come up for two reasons. One is you're low on antifreeze, or two, you have a bad thermostat, which is famous on these 16 model Jeeps. Okay? Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do to get started to change the temperature coolant sensor thermostat is this cover. So we're going to pull the cover off. You won't need anything, just lift up on it. It'll snap. You've got these little pieces here that actually snap in on the prongs of the different points of the engine. Just be careful, don't break those, but we'll take this off and set it to the side. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to do, we got the cover off. We're going to loosen up the clamp here for the air filter box. We're going to loosen up the clamp here. And we're going to take these two bolts out. Okay, and just pull the hose off. You don't want the hose to come off with it. So you'll have, these are 10 millimeters. You can have your nut driver or just a screwdriver to take the clamps off. Okay guys, we got the clamps loosened up, the two bolts. You also got to unhook this sensor here. So at the very tip of the connector, there's two little prongs you'll push in. And then it'll slide right out. Alright, so now we got everything loosened. We're going to slide this hose off. We'll take it and just set it out of the way. Alright guys, so here is the thermostat housing part that we're going to change. There's two bolts in there. You'll take the hose clamp off and take this part off. Now one thing I will mention, if your engine coolant tank is low and out, you can skip this step, but if not, if your coolant bottle has coolant in it, you will need to drain some of your antifreeze out of your radiator. If not, it will just gush out of this part once you open it. It can make a mess if you don't do that. However, if you take it out, it's still going to run down the front of the engine. So it's your choice, it's up to you. Today we're not going to drain because our coolant is pretty much empty, so we're going to take our chance and we're going to take these off, and if it drains out, it'll still hit the same place on the ground or in our tank underneath. Alright guys, so we're opening this up, the bleeder valve on the one that's currently in here. Let the pressure off. You can see it's going to leak out a little bit, but we want to let the pressure off of this before we unhook the hose, okay? Okay guys, so we can't find our clamp ring tool, so we're just using a pair of channel locks here. You'll just grab both of them, squeeze them together, and then slide that clamp back off of the housing, and then you'll be able to pull this hose off of the housing. Alright guys, we got a pan underneath. We're going to go ahead and pull this off and let it run out in the bottom, and we're going to pull our hose back up so all of our fluid does not leak out. Okay. Okay guys, you're going to get a torque socket. Take this bolt out and this bolt out. It should be a T27. We'll take those off and then this will snap right off, okay? Alright guys, so we got the two bolts out. We're going to pull this off. You'll make sure the gasket comes off with it, it's in here. And then what you'll do is you'll clean this surface on your block before you reassemble and put the new one back on. This area here, you're going to clean around there. Okay guys, so we got our new part here. Just want to make sure that your bleeder valve is closed all the way, and then make sure your gasket is in here. And if it's not, if it's in the box, you'll want to put it in. Just set it in here before you boat it on. What we're going to do is we're going to set the part on, and we're going to put get the two boats started, okay? Okay guys, so on the two boats of the thermostat, once you get the one on to replace, you're going to torque those boats around about 15 pounds. All right, again, this is a 16 3.6 Jeep. All right, so we got it torqued down. So now what we're going to do is refasten our hose and then start putting the air filter systems back on. Okay, so we'll show you. So you're going to pull your hose back down, pull your clamp back up, and pull your clamp back up to the original spot. There is a stop, little raised bump stop here, if you can see it here. That's where the hose will go to. So you need to make sure your hose is always up to touching it, not over it, just up to it. Okay guys, so you can see we've slid our hose up to the bump stop. We put our spring clamp or our little bar clamp back in the same spot. Alright guys, so now we're going to put the air filter system back on. Again, don't forget, do not break this piece, and do not forget to plug it back up, okay? We're going to set it in there first, then we'll plug it back up. So we'll show you here. You'll slide it in. We'll slide this piece back on. Come over here, slide this back up on as well, okay? Now we'll plug it back up. We'll tighten our clamps back up. We'll put our two boats back in. All right guys, so what you want to do is make sure that you fill your coolant back up here. 50-50 mixture. Make sure that you use something OAT, organic acid technology, that is typically for a 2011 or up type models. You can see here it is Chrysler FCA approved 13 and up. This is a concentrate, which means it is not diluted. So again, what we'll have to do to get up to the max fill line, we're going to do 50% of this concentrate and then 50% water. And then after that, we'll start it, check for leaks, make sure we're good. And if we are, we'll replace the engine cover, and then that's it for this video. So, okay guys, now we'll put the engine cover back on. And that should complete your job.